Yo, what's happening, people? It's your boy Michael. Welcome back to Griggs Talks for another match reaction. It's been a minute. I think the last one was the Man City game. Been doing some stuff on the side. Other than that, but we're back and Man United 2, Crystal Palace 1. But before we go into the game, make sure you hit the like button, share, subscribe, and all that. You know the drill. But yeah, let's get into the game. Obviously, like I said, Man United 2, Crystal Palace 1. A game that should have been more comfortable, but due to some actions, it wasn't as comfortable. We'll get into that later. But was a really gritty win. That's what the title of the video would be and all that. But let's get into the team and the selections first. Starting 11 pretty much picked itself. Really no surprises. The only surprise was Martial was not in the squad. He picked up an injury because as he didn't travel. We found that out about a couple hours before the game. My boy Fast, he's like at the ground like 5 hours before the game even starts sometimes, and he said that Martial didn't travel, so that was a concern. But so then that leg quarters went back up top. Front three otherwise picked itself. Midfield picked itself ever since Ericsson picked up an injury. And the back four, Dowell was finally back in the matchday squad, but obviously hasn't played in a minute, so he didn't start the game. Wan-Bissaka did, and the rest picked itself. So we pretty much have a settled 11 in terms of like if a starter's not playing, we know the backups and everything. So no surprises in that. So I was happy with the 11. Maybe Fred starting over Sabitzer, our new transfer, but I expected Fred to start. He scored two. He scored in his past 2 games before this one, so made sense a lot. And yeah, so the lineup was calm for me. And in terms of the game, the way it started, obviously we started off great as we got a penalty within the first 3 minutes. You know, penalty shocker. We haven't had a pen in like 55 years because refs hate us, but it was a clear pen. They had to go to VAR for it. It was a clear handball. And Bruno scored his pen. I missed that hop, that Jorginho hype hop. Obviously, Bruno has missed his last 2 pens for the club. That was last season. He hasn't taken a pen since that Arsenal game, I believe. So it's been a minute. So it was nice for him to get back on the score sheet with the pen. Love that. And from then on, I think the next 10 minutes, we played really well. We created a couple of chances as well. Whitehorse had it cleared off the line and everything. But for the next 30 minutes after that, we were in control of the game. Like, Palace didn't threaten us, but we were very sloppy on the ball. Off the ball, our counter press / like rest defense was amazing. We were just winning the ball back. Palace couldn't do anything. But in possession, it's clear that we still lack some things, like breaking the lines on the ball. We're not quick enough. Our front three was really off it. Rashford wasn't that good in the first half, in my opinion. Anthony, less of the better sometimes. I mean, he had a couple good moments, but sometimes it's just on the ball quality. And right course, link-up play was good, but you could tell that he lacks the speed for us to like kind of make the ball movement more fluid in a sense. But he was so good. I thought our midfield was really good though between Fred, Bruno, and Casemiro. They were winning the ball back easily, and our defense was as sharp as ever. Luke Shaw was really good for that first goal as well. He made a nice little underlap to get the pen, and defensively he was solid. Wan-Bissaka was solid. So first half was pretty calm and everything. Second half, though, Palace had us on ropes for the first 10 minutes. They started getting more into the game. Similar to the game a couple weeks ago at Selhurst Park, they started that second half off very sharp. And you kind of get the worry starting to etch into the ground into fans watching the game on TV, such as myself. And I was like, PTSD. That I'm going to hear that Elise dagger once again. But we scored one of our best team goals this season. That was Ten Hag ball in full effect. Garnacho picked up the ball, drove across it, passed it. Bruno, Anthony, link up play between Anthony, Bruno, Fred, then back to Garnacho, who drove across the 6-yard backs, passed it to Shaw, and then Shaw with a beautiful disguise pass to Rashford for the easy tap in. That was beautiful football. And a couple of minutes before that, tweeted like, we're not breaking the lines enough, but we did exactly that. It was a beautiful goal to score, and I loved it. It was just a really good goal, and that's where I want to see more of those type of team goals. And it was 2-0. You're like, game over, set, match. Let's calm, get that GD up because our GD is still not that good. I thought we'd start pouring the goals in. But then Anthony got fouled. Well, I don't know if he got fouled. He just got tackled by Schlupp, and then all chaos ensued. He got up, he started scrapping, and Casemiro allegedly, from the looks of it, according to VAR, grabbed Will Hughes by the scruff of the neck or the collar, and then went to VAR, and Casemiro got a red, which means he's suspended for the next 3 matches. For me, was it a red? For me, in a sense, he didn't grab him on the neck like it looked on the picture. He grabbed him by the collar. But the issue is in the Prem, if you grab around that area, you're gonna get a red card. And Casemiro is a vet, so he should kind of know that. So shouldn't really be putting yourself in that kind of situation. We'll see if Man United appeal it. Apparently, it's a rule that if you appeal and you lose the appeal, it adds an extra game to the suspension. That's one of the most bogus rules I've ever heard in my life. Almost as bogus as I found out when Bruno G got a red card in the semifinal. That he doesn't get suspended for the final, he gets suspended for league games as Newcastle are playing right now against West Ham. It's another bogus rule. So FA makes up some bogus ass rules, but is what it is. Um, and yeah, so Casemiro got the red card, and from then I'm like, oh no. And then Palace scored within like a couple minutes off a corner. The Corey shot and deflected. So I don't know who even got to score the deflected shot. Let me check on my phone real quick. Schlupp got a deflection and it went over De Gea and Bruno's head or something like that. And then from there, I'm like, oh shit, 2-1, red card, not looking good. And Palace almost scored within like a couple of minutes after, but we really did well to hold that lead. And the pressing that I saw from like about the 87th minute to like the 93rd minute, where they gave it like a +7, was amazing. We kept Palace pinned in their own half while being with 10 men. Like, I'll talk about certain player performances, especially after the red card, was amazing. And it was just a gritty win. We go 9 points clear of Spurs. We have even amount of games now, but they do play against City tomorrow, so I'm hoping for a City win. And that's 9-point gap. That's 9 points clear of 5th, which is really good. I think top 4 starting to get more comfortable. Obviously, Casemiro being suspended for the next 3 games is a big miss. We do play Leeds twice, which will be both tough games. It's a derby, back-to-back derbies, and then we have Leicester after the Barca game. Casemiro, of course, will play the Barca game, as Europa has no correlation with the Prem, but we'll see. But yeah, I just thought for me is an unnecessary red card, and we really needed Casemiro for the next 3 games. I would really like to have him just to start solidifying that top 4, finish 3rd potentially, and just have that UCL football next year. Maybe as we get closer, if we solidify top 4 more comfortable, then that allows for more rest potentially for Europa if you get past Barcelona. Of course, not given obviously it's a tough game, but yeah. So for me, unnecessary from Casemiro. But on the bright side, if you look at it, he'll have rest for the Barca game, even though there are the concerns that Casemiro looks a little rusty when he's had a lot of time out. I remember he got suspended for the Arsenal game and they pulled up against Forest and he looked absolutely terrible against Forest for the first 60 minutes of that game, in my opinion. Morgan Gibbs way ahead him on toast. So we'll see. That Barca press ain't no joke, but it's Barca, and we all know Casemiro loves a game against Barca. I mean, this guy played El Clasico for like 95 years. So we'll see about that. But who knows? Obviously, for me, I think he'll be up for that game. It's a big game no matter what. That's a world-class DM. He's ready for it. And on the bright side, he'll be fully rested for the Cup final because he won't play that Leicester game, which means he'll play against Barca in the second leg and then just the final. So he'll be rested, which is good. So, but because Newcastle also have a fully rested Bruno Guimaraes who would have not played in a month, which is also maybe a little rusty for him in that final. So we'll see because that's the most important game for me right now. That Cup final, we must win that trophy. So we gotta fix the camera a little bit. But yeah. In terms of players' performances, let's talk about it. Start with the goalkeeper, David De Gea. Didn't have anything to do in that first half, in my opinion. I think maybe he had to make 1 save or something like that off like a long range shot. On the ball, didn't have any qualms with him. Second half, made a couple nice saves. That goal, could he have reacted better? Maybe. I'm not really gonna say it's all his fault though, because it was just a lucky deflection. So I'm really not gonna get uptight about that. I've gotten uptight to hear for other things before, so really not a big problem. I just love this comment out to the game. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. Love that quote. So really nothing about De Gea. Probably give him like a 6, 7. Didn't really have anything to do in the game. Didn't keep a clean sheet, to be fair. Also, the defense for me, Wan-Bissaka. He had some good moments on the ball. I won't lie. He had a couple moments like where he was able to break through the press, progress the ball up the pitch defensively. Did his job for the most part. A couple of moments he was sleeping back post. I'm just ready for Diogo Dalot to come back. Wan-Bissaka has done good so far post World Cup to kind of earn himself the backup right back spot. Like Dalot doesn't play every single game, but for me, Diogo Dalot is still the best right back at this club, and he's much better on the ball. We need him in our build-up play, especially because we have a lot of games against lower inferior opposition where we'll need Diogo Dalot's build-up play more than we'll need Wan-Bissaka's defending. In a sense, 1v1. Obviously against Barca, who knows? Maybe it depends who's playing on that left for Barca, but we might need Wan-Bissaka's 1-1 defending against that game. But for me, Diogo Dalot is the best right back at this club, and I can't wait to see him back. But Wan-Bissaka for me gets a 7. I thought he was so decent. Varane, 8. I didn't really hear. Like, he did really good today. Like, I didn't really hear his name, which is probably a good thing for a defender sometimes. That means he just had a really calm game, no errors. Had a couple of fouls. His progressing passing was really good. He was really carrying the ball really well today. I think he had the most progressive carries in the match, which is nice. You don't really hear that about Varane that much. He's like the on-ball ability the praise goes more to Alessandro. Varanger's there to sweep everything up. That's his role. He's a sweeper, but excuse me, he did really well on the ball today. So really calm performance from him. 8. Licha, Lissandro Martinez. A 10 isn't enough. I want to give him like a 20. He was absolutely immense, spectacular. Any adjective that's positive in the book, throw it at him, bro. That was an amazing performance. Just for me, honestly, like I tweeted about, I call him the best center back in the world. I'm backing it, man. I don't really care. I usually don't try to get that praise for United players, call them the best in the world, especially when we're not the best team in the world or something like that. But bro, I don't care, man. On the ball, he's amazing. His disguise passes are amazing. He'll break lines like it's nothing. And then defending. When we went down to 10 men, you're like, oh crap. Especially when we conceded that first goal, you're like, we're gonna have to fight for our lives to defend that lead. And boy, did he fight for his life. He blocked everything, defended every header, cleared the ball. When it was close to like the sideline, he let it go out of bounds smartly. Just everything, man. This guy's an amazing center back, and I don't even know what the fee we paid for him is exactly, but it was a bargain. I would triple that fee, and it still would be a bargain. He's just amazing. I love him, and at first, like when Luke Shaw started playing left center back, I'm like, okay, we might not miss Licha for Barcelona, but the more I think about it, we will, because Barca will be a tough game, and we need that warrior. Alessandro Martinez is a warrior. He's got that capital dog in him. X-Dog is through the roofs. I love him, and just what an amazing performance. Just for me, my man of the match, easily, clearly, the time in a debate for man of the match, but he was just absolutely amazing. And man, him and the partnership between him and Ron just constantly growing. I can't wait, and I can't wait to see who his partner is after Rafa Ron starts like on the downhill slowly and surely. We're gonna get that successor this summer probably. Can't wait for him to build a relationship with that as well. So yeah, Lissandro Martinez for me was absolutely nothing short of incredible. Next up, Luke Shaw, I thought was really good as well. Damn, this camera is really bad. There we go. Luke Shaw, for me, I think he gets an 8. He did really well he got the assist. For the first one. For the second goal, which is really good pass. Also was really crucial in the first goal to lead up to the penalty. So offensively, he was really good. Defensively, he was slacking a bit at times, but once we went down to 10 men, he did a really good job on Elise and didn't really let him get past him, which is really good. Obviously, Luke Shaw, last time he played left back against the tough winger was Saka, and Saka absolutely cooked him. So it was nice to see that he kind of pressed tight on Michael Elise and didn't let him breathe, which is our biggest criticism when he played with Saka. So that was good from Luke Shaw. Standard performance, had been the best left back in the league this season. And that left side, him and Martinez, not even joking, that's the best left back, left center back combo in the world. I don't give a crap. I don't care what name you throw at me. Tomori, Theo Hernandez, Alaba, Mendy. Don't even joke about that one. Gabriel Zinchenko, man, I don't care, bro. That's the best left center back combo in the world. And Luke Shaw was again really good. Casemiro, I mean, I gotta give him like a 5 or 6 because that record was absolutely ridiculous to get in that scenario. You should know better than that. But I mean, I thought he was decent. He did look a little sluggish in the first half. Maybe fatigue kicked in, but on the ball, he was pretty good. Defensively, he won pretty much all his duels again. But yeah, it's calm performance from him. Fred, honestly, gets like an 8.5 from me. He was another player like him and Licha were the best players after we went down to 10 men. Fred's pressing was absolutely incredible. And this is why Ten Hag actually wants to keep Fred or that profile, because the counter pressing from Fred is absolutely spectacular. It is amazing. It is exquisite. And he was incredible. I went in the ball back, had a couple of tackles where he won the ball, tried to get up the pitch. Obviously, a couple of passes that he missed up that he probably could have lobbed it instead of trying to play it on the ground. But he was absolutely incredible, and the pressing was immense. Won the ball back. When it turned into chaos, that guy thrives on chaos. This guy's like the Joker, man. This guy loves the chaos. But even in the first half, he made nice little runs into the box. He's becoming a goal threat. He had a couple nice little shots around in the box as well. So his goal threat is there. He's running the ball back. His counter pressing is really good. He's keeping things simple. He was amazing today. And I know his contract is up at the end of the year, but we triggered the year, so that's pretty good. I'd give him a 2-3 year deal. I wouldn't mind him as a squad option, but if Ten Hag wants to really, really upgrade, I get it as well. But I thought Fred was really good today. Bruno gets like a. I didn't think he was that good in the first half. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, he scored the penalty, but in the second half, again, another player ripped his socks off. I'll probably give him like a 7. I thought he was really good in the second half. Kept the ball ticking as well. Second half much better. The passes were more simpler. Got more involved in the game. So yeah, I thought he was decent. Yeah, did it really didn't hear Bruno's name that much today. Yeah, because our attack, the ball just like wasn't sticking in the attack. So yeah. Anthony 6, I guess. I mean, he had a couple of nice moments, but I saw him shoot with his right foot, and I saw him go down the byline. Two of my biggest criticism of him is he doesn't use his right foot and he doesn't take people down the line. So that's baby steps. But this guy at counterattacks pisses me off so much. He stops counterattacks. Bro, hire your winger and you stop counterattacks. The point of being a winger on counterattacks is you drive the ball forward. This guy's doing a little fake rollover, ball rolls like it's FIFA 23, man. Allow it. I know people will say, oh, the last players to get up the pitch, but just drive at the player. But he's also not the fastest because I saw him get beat in sprint races. So, and then he's also the one that kind of started the fight because Anthony gets pissed off very easily. I don't know, maybe Schlub did something to him. I have no idea. I wasn't there, but sometimes just control the emotions a little bit, just a little bit. But I'll give him a 6. I was okay. Woo woo, of course. 6. I mean, his hold the play was decent. Pressing was again really good, but he's just not quick enough. That's my issue with Leghorst, but decent job still. He's gonna have to play a lot of games because Martial can't stay fit for the sake of his life. It's absolutely getting beyond ridiculous now, and I think it's time that we do start to see more Rashford striker a little bit. Garnacho on or Sancho on was back now, just to get a little more mobility up top. But Leghorst hold the play is really good, decent in the air. He had a header, like I said earlier, he had a header blocked off on the line. Decent performance. Like a 6, I think is good. I don't think he even had any shots. Well, he had a bar the header, so it's a little bit more from him. But it's been a good low move so far. I can't lie. I think we lost one game where he started against Arsenal, which was actually one of our better players than maybe. He's been good since that game. Obviously, that Forest game was his best game in the cup, but he's been really good. I'm not gonna complain about that. So, especially because Martial was injured. Because if we didn't have a striker, Martial was injured. I don't know who we. I don't want to see. I don't want to see 9 for like the whole game. So I thought Wu was really good off the bench. Garnacho. Well, he got subbed on and he got subbed off again due to the circumstances of the red card. But he was really bright. He drove the ball up the pitch. Even when we got down 10 men, he had a couple nice moments where he drove the ball up the pitch as well. And he was pretty much one of the key contributors for that second goal because he started it by playing across that way. He went from the left to right, and then went from right to left. Passed it, got the pre-assist to Luke Shaw, and then Luke Shaw played against Rashford. So I thought Garnacho did really well as well. His cameos have been really good. For me, I don't think he's that good as a starter, as we saw in the cup match against Forest on Wednesday. But off the bench, his cameos really, really moved me. We all remember the derby. He got the assist, the game-winning assist. So he's really good as off the bench. Obviously, he looks a little sad that he got subbed off. Obviously, it's never easy to get subbed on and get subbed off. But usually that's because you play like buns. But that wasn't the case. It was just a red card. Ten Hag wanted more defenders on the pitch. Understandably so. So is what it is. Kid's obviously great. The new contract's coming soon till 2028. So bright future ahead of him. Give me more South Americans, please. Sometimes that dog might be a little too much, but it's okay. Maguire Lindelof play like 4 or 5 minutes, and then obviously the most important substitution in terms of like narratives is Marcel Sabitzer, a new transfer that got done on deadline day. What a cameo, bro! Those 15 minutes really moved me. He showed all the qualities that we saw at Leipzig. Obviously, we haven't seen that much. Counter pressing, really good. Willing play in terms of 1-2s, really, really good. And what else? Just he has that dog in him as well, so that's really good to see. So I really liked his cameo. He'll start probably on Wednesday against Leeds. That's when we play next. So I thought that was really good by Marcel Sabitzer. I can't wait to see more. I thought it was a fantastic low move. Let me talk about the low move a little bit because obviously I talked about the low move on other channels, but I didn't talk about it on my channel. When Ericsson went down that morning, I'm like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? It's not looking good, bro. But we got the low move done really quickly. Liverpool can't get any midfield signings, but we can in 3 hours with enough money for a full long in the bank. But just a really quick wise by Murtaugh and the staff to get that deal done, and I'm really happy. I don't know if he's better than Ericsson or not, but I think for the system, the counter pressing in the sense, I think he'll be really good. Obviously, he's not a ball carrier, which is what I want that Alexis Casemiro to be, but we'll worry about that in the summer. But for right now, short term emergency option or panic move, as some people were saying on Sky Sports, aka Paul Merson, doesn't start for Bayern, so it's a panic move. Yeah, no crap, bro. It's deadline day. Any player you sign on deadline day, that's alone is a panic buy. Unless you're Chelsea spending 855 mil on Enzo Fernandez, which is not a panic buy. The rest are panic buys. And we panic bought, and yo man, that's a panic buy. Give me more of those panic buys. Apparently Casemiro was a panic buy. Give me more of that. So I was happy with that move. And happy for Saboteur. Next 4 months are going to be really good for him, and if he's a good loan move, he'll be remembered when we send him back to Bayern. But people talking about him permanently, that's a no-go for me. I want more. I want younger center mids to learn from the experienced ones. We have our experienced center mids in Eriksen, Bruno, and Cass. So the rest, youngins, let them learn from the experienced guys. Give me Manu Kone, Max and Skaker, 8,500 million midfielders. Frankie De Jong, if he wants to come my way, it's fine, man. But yeah, and then Ten Hag, coaching wise, hey man, that's a 10 out of 10 because we played really good. Like in terms of like counter pressing and everything on the ball. Sometimes some things aren't really coachable. That's just down to personnel. But when you judge a manager in terms of on the game, it's not about how they set up tactically, which I thought we set up tactically really well, and then in-game management and subs. And all the subs were absolutely perfect, spot on, perfect timing. Garnacho sub came on at the right time when our attack looked a little lackluster. Garnacho came on, changed the game. Defensive substitutions when we went down to 10 men. Saboteur did his job. Maguire Lindelof didn't put a foot in wrong for like those 5 minutes that they played. Just in the pressing that we played for like those 3 minutes, like 5 minute cameo that I said, that stretch, 88 to like 93rd minute. Absolutely, man. So Ten Hag, man, I think he has the fastest 25 wins in all comps for Man United. Like he has a 73% win percentage. This guy's absolutely incredible. Yes, I'll go on Twitter and criticize him a couple times for some things that I feel are a mistake. Obviously, like, people say like, do you think you know better? No, I don't know better than Erik Ten Hag. Sometimes like the rotation thing, I just think we should have rotated better in those 2 cup matches, but is what it is. But tactically, I'll never question Ten Hag. He's a top tactician, and I just love watching the way he coaches his team. And this is just the beginning. We have so many more levels to reach, which will come with better players as we improve our personnel come summertime, whether we have new owners or not. Hopefully we do. We get better players. Striker, center mid, goalkeeper. That is the priority. The spine. Kolo Muani up top, or Osimhen, or Harry Kane if he wants to eventually ever leave Spurs, but he doesn't want to do that. Center mid, there's 155 million center mids in this planet that you could get. On this planet that you could get. You don't got to spend 120 million like Chelsea did on Enzo. Would I have loved Enzo Fernandez? Absolutely. Did I almost cry? No, but it was a very sad move. But there are plenty of center midfielders you could go get. And goalkeeper, David Raya. They of course will be a little too expensive. So yeah. But yeah, it's pretty much it. In terms of look forward to Man United, obviously we have 2 Leeds games next week, back to back like it's NBA, man. I don't understand the scheduling, but it did benefit us that they scheduled Leeds game because now Casemiro is not suspended for the league final, the cup final. So in a way, thank you, FA. So that'd be nice as well. So do I expect us to beat Leeds at home? Absolutely. We've won 13 games in a row at home. May that continue because our toughest home game left, I'm pretty sure, is Chelsea. So we all know how bad Chelsea are right now. So yeah, so that should be comfortable. So yeah, as many home wins. I do think Leeds away will be tough. That's obviously a derby. It's on their ground, so Ellen Road will not be easy. And then we have Barca, which obviously I'll record more videos as that comes up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Once again, Man United 2, Crystal Palace 1, 3 points in the bank. All our ops dropped points today. Arsenal 1-0 loss to Everton. Sean Dycheball, you know the vibes. On Liverpool, I'll probably be going on Grizzlies channel at 3. Talk about that. I got hate in my heart for them. They're in the mud right now. Chelsea drew 0-0 to Fulham yesterday, so they drop points. 1 at City or Spurs will drop points tomorrow. So it's a beautiful day to be a United fan. Amazing day. What else? Yeah, just a greedy win. Most important thing is we got the 3 points, and I just love that in the face of adversity, our players are thriving in it. Unlike previous years where we face adversity and we crumble. And that's down to the players, first of all, because they've changed their mentality, but it's down to Erik Ten Hag and the confidence that he's instilled in these players through press conferences, through one-on-one meetings, whatever it is, he's installed confidence. I also forgot to talk about Marcus Rashford, my player ratings. I'll do that real quick. Marcus Rashford, I thought he wasn't that good in the first half, but second half he was much better. He did play a crucial part for that first goal with the underlap pass, but Once again, another goal. Fun fact, I read this on Twitter. He had as many goals in 2023 as Liverpool and Chelsea do combined. So think about that. Also, this celebration, like this, I think he does it. Ruben Neves, come get your chain back, bro. I know he was like, "Oh, it's mine." Nah, bro. We score every week, bro. Yeah, you gotta get in the lab and build a new one. But Rashford, once again, man. Even though his performances sometimes will look off, he gets a goal, and at the end of the day, goals win you matches, and that's all I care about. And if the goals ain't drying up, then I don't give a crap about the performances. He get the job done. So Marcus Rashford, I'll give him like a 7.5 for that game. But yeah, great performance again, and we will need him against Barcelona because he's our main attacking threat. So Rashford versus Araujo or Kunde, whoever it is, will be an interesting matchup. But yeah, in terms of future videos, I might do a couple of transfer window videos, like grading them or something like that, because transfer window was absolutely hectic in terms of Premier League signings. I think every club, maybe except a couple, aka Liverpool clubs, Liverpool and Everton, made deadline day signings. They made a lot of signings during the window. So we'll talk about that, grade them. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure you, again, like, share, subscribe, all of that. Follow me on Twitter, Michael _26. We're very mixed tweets. Sometimes the fan base loves me, sometimes they hate me. I don't know. It's mix and match. Sometimes I get cooked, sometimes I get ratioed. Then I delete the tweet or I mute it. Who knows? But and then obviously TikTok, which I really have to actually get started on. Griggs Talks for that. And catch me on Football Carnage, aka Griggs' channel, every Tuesday for Premier League Carnage. Make sure you guys subscribe over there, even though you probably already have, because they have a lot of subscribers. But if you haven't, make sure you do subscribe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Once again, like, share, subscribe. It's been your boy Michael, and yeah, peace.